share their insights and expertise with us. From Mr. Bjorn Kurtz, the CEO of Stroke Lab BV, to Prof. Dr. Abdul Wahab, the advisor of the NDL project, Prof. Dr. Munni Mahmood, the Dean of KICT, and not forgetting the inspiring words from Prof. Emeritus Tan Sri Dato Zulkifli Abdul Razak, the rector of IIM. Each speech will offer valuable knowledge that will shape the future of NDL. Now, let's kick off this event with warm welcoming remarks by Dr. Nurzaliza Madnoor, the coordinator of NeuroCoach Digital Lab. Please join me in welcoming her to the front.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all of you. Okay, first I would like to welcome our guest here, which is our Tan Sri Rector, Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Dato Zulkifli Abdul Razak as IIUM Rector, and also we have the Bjorn and Luana as the Chief Therapist Stroke Lab Bjorn as the founder and CEO of Stroke Lab BV, Luana as the Chief Therapist of the Stroke Lab BV. Also, we have Prof. Wahab, Dr. Prof. Wahab as the advisor of NDL, and also we have the Dean of KICT, which is Professor Dr. Munni. So I would like to welcome all of you to NeuroCoach Digital Lab, okay, of IIUM. This will be a very great opening and also the very great launching of NDL, because we have a long journey. Since 4th August of 2022, we went to Netherlands, okay, to see our collaborators here, which is Bjorn and also Luana. They are very kind. They welcoming us. They train us. They give us the good food, and also that's the most important thing to make us fit. Even though there's only a salad and also okay, and also salmon. Okay, but that is good. That's a very good welcoming, and also a good Bjorn and Luana entertain us very well there in the Netherlands, and we coming back here with a vision that we are going to develop, and we are going to build this NeuroCoach Digital Lab. As you see here, this is NeuroCoach Digital Lab, the similar setup that we have as in the Netherlands, NeuroCoach Netherlands, inspired by Bjorn and also Luana team there. Okay, so in 1st September 2022, we set up this NDL with the team, and we have also the collaboration with SASMEC. We have representative of the SASMEC here, the brother Nur Azli, and then we have the first meeting with SASMEC on 2nd November 2022, and then we have the first visit of IIM Rector to NDL. That's a very great things to do here, which is on 15th February 2023, because that one is the first time we open the NDL to the IIM community, especially to the rector, to show that we are very committed in doing this project. And also the most fabulous moment is that we are having the MOA signing. Remember, MOA signing of IIM and Stroke Lab BV on 3rd March of 2023, and then we have our first NDL open day, which happened to be on 9 June 2023. And for your information, there's a lot of participants coming to we have full house here. I think more than 40 participants coming to NDL. Even the NDL is not that big. So it's kind of, everyone wanted to see what is NDL, what NDL can offer to us. Okay, what NDL can help the society to improve. Okay, that's the best moment that we have with that. And for your information as well, we through that NeuroCoach Digital Lab Open Day, we managed to get 5, even though that's only 5, that's a good number, I think. 5 registered clients that wanted to have our services to them. So we offer the EEG assessment together with Neurofeedback to them. So they pay to us. That's a very good things to start for the NDL. And a few days back, we NDL team sent a few members to Taklim Day. So we're promoting our services, and we are trying to promote our services and also what we can offer to the society. And this is the best thing that today on 8 August, we start 8 August 2022, 4th August 2022, and now today, it's 4th August 2023, the 1-year journey that we are going to launch NeuroCoach Digital Lab. Yeah, that's I think the thing is, when I see the timeline, oh, Allah has a very good plan for us that we managed to start 4th August 2022 and we launch in 4th August 2023. So by having that, that is a very beautiful journey of NDL. Okay, that I hope that by having NeuroCoach Digital Lab, it's not that only the project, the small project, we are going to go bigger, and we are going to have this NDL as one of the center that we can help the society. I mean, especially on mental health problem, on the to improve the lifestyle of those who have the mental health problem and any kind of problem that they cannot, maybe they cannot concentrate on doing their life work or something like that. We have to offer more to offer more to the society, that we can have this NDL is not just only a small project. We are going to go bigger, and by that I hope that all of us can support NDL, and then we can grow together as one thing. From IIUM together with Europe team. Yes. Okay, so so we know that we are aware of the potential effects of stress, and also other issues. So I hope that NDL is the platform that we can grow together and to handle any kind of mental illness or any kind of a problem that has been faced by the society ummah itself, that we can have more to and offer more from NDL. With that, I would like to welcome you today to launching of NDL. And after this, for your information, we are going to proceed with the open day, our official open day, right after the launching. So I hope you can remain in the NDL. So we are going to have more activities after this. Okay, with that, I would like to say thank you for all of you to come to NeuroCoach Digital Lab to celebrate the launching of NDL. Okay, with that, I end my speech with Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Dr. Nursaida, for your unwavering dedication towards the Indian project. Next up, we have an enlightening speech by the CEO of Stockholm BV. He is a visionary in the field of neurotechnology, and he came a long way from Europe to share his intellect and insights with us. Let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Biron.
Thank you. I have to put a little bit higher so So thank you for attending. There's so many people here. My name is Jan Kruts. I have a strong Dutch accent because I'm from the Netherlands. So yesterday we arrived from the Netherlands in the beautiful country of Malaysia, and we already enjoyed very good food in the evening and again this morning. So two main reasons to come here are the people, because we are always welcomed very warmly, and the food, I have to. And the food in Europe is not as great. We have bread, and we have bread and some milk. So it's amazing to be here, because we have our small clinics and our projects in Europe where we collaborate with universities. But it's very different from this. This is where we really start small with a NeuroCoach Digital Lab, and we really want to change the world. And it sounds maybe a little bit off, but I think that's really what we're doing. In the future, what we see in Europe, and you'll see it even more in Asia, I think, medicine and rehabilitation cannot work anymore without the help of people from information technology, from data science. It's helping medicine a lot, and we are taking this approach into therapy, I think for the first time in Europe, and we want to extend it here in Malaysia. And what is great about this in NeuroCoach Digital Lab is that we could do it with the university without huge contracts. And we had one signing, which was a great signing. Thank you for that. But we just started. And it's a very Dutch way of doing things. We just start and see where it goes. We also work in Germany and Switzerland, which is very different. You have to have a big plan. You write 50 pages, and then 2-3 years afterwards, you can start. But here we just started with the NeuroCoach Digital Lab. We designed it, we set it up, Thank you for all the work. And Zalisa, we brought some extra Swiss chocolate for all your help. Yes. And it's called NeuroCoach Digital Lab because what we see in Europe, and we're one of the pioneers there, because our vision is that the therapists and the physicians are more going towards coaching instead of just doing therapy. Because the therapy is now very protocoled, and it's also the diagnosis and therapy driven by data science. And what then happens is that as a therapist or as a medical professional, you help patients get better. And helping is more coaching. So we fully focus on compliance and adherence to therapy programs, because the programs themselves are very evidence-based. They are as they are. They adjust according to the patient's needs and based on data. And a lot of people, especially in Europe, I'm not sure over here, but they are really a little bit afraid of artificial intelligence and all the data science. But what happens, what we do also here, is that the patient doesn't notice it. He gets better treatment, he gets coached, and he has a much better human connection to the therapist or medical professional, because underlying there is this data-driven approach. So you have more time as a medical professional to be in touch with your patient. So we focus on compliance and adherence also here, and we focus on the patient experience and the therapist experience. So we work with international coaches to improve the patient experience. That's why we redesigned it here. People who come here for a measurement or treatment should feel at home. They should feel welcomed. And I think that's an amazing gift that you have as here at the university, and maybe also in Malaysia in general, is that you're very welcoming. And I think this is the best place to combine this very digital approach with the human intervention. And it's called NeuroCoach Digital Lab because of the coaching aspect, and because of the fact that we will focus on neurology and neuroscience. So if someone comes in with mental problems, maybe a depression or stress-related complaints, we look into the brain. What is happening with brain activity? We look into brain function. We just took a test from Europe today, so we can implement it. And brain function would be, how is the alertness? How do you respond to certain triggers? And then we look into behavior with questionnaires, all with validated and reliable tools. And these three, brain physiology, brain function, and behavior, are the foundation of diagnostics and treatments. And with this information, the therapist and the medical professional can have a much better approach in coaching patients here at the lab, but also when they're at home. So what we see in Europe is that clinics are expanding their work into the patients' homes. And they don't lose the patients, they keep them for a longer time, but they don't have to come that often. They treat them at home, because in Europe especially, it's way too expensive. So healthcare will reach its limit within a few years that they can pay for it. So that's why we're expanding the clinics into the homes. And here at NeuroCoach Digital Lab, we are at the center of implementing this in the surrounding area. That means patients can come here, but we also want to train therapists and medical professionals to learn these methods, not learn the clinical aspects because they know a lot about it, but learn what it is to have this new vision and a new position as a medical professional of coaching patients in their patient experience and patient journey, as we call it. And you can see it here in the information material. We talk about patient journey, the journey the patient takes, and we also take the positive health approach that is now big in the Netherlands. It's spreading over Europe. That is, we don't see what a patient cannot do. We don't look at the disabilities. We measure the state of a patient and how well he is doing and see how we can improve from there. That means we change the language. We don't use language, you cannot do this, you are impaired. We use language, hey, this is what you are. This is where you are. Let's see where we can help you improve your journey and improve your functions. So it's a totally different approach, which means, as I said, it needs to be welcoming, it needs to be positive. That's why I really like to be here today in this positive approach. I'm looking forward to the open day. It's very well organized. Again, Zalisa and the team, they were here very early in the morning and also late at night, I heard, this week and the weeks before. So thank you for this incredible work at us and for helping us together make this happen. And also thank you for Rector and the Dean to really help us doing this. Without all the different ingredients and the obstacles that we see in Germany, or for example, or Switzerland, we just do it. And I think it's going to be a very successful journey. And thank you for attending this wonderful event. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Brian Cruz. That was a really interesting brief about neurotechnology and its data-driven approach. Following that, we'll hear from Prof. Dr. Mundi Mahmood, the Dean of KICT. Please join us at the front, Prof.
It's always interesting and too heartwarming to see everyone here, inshallah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Respected Director of IIUM, Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Datuk Zulkifli Abdul Razak. Thank you so much, Prof, for taking your time and spending this special in this special occasion. Our special guests, Bjorn and Luana, thank you so much, flying far away. I hope there's no problem with jet flight, right? So, and also I think the deans and directors from the other kuliah, thank you so much for taking your time here, and also representative from Sasmet. Thank you so much for coming. And also I think I would like to acknowledge Prof. Wahab for being all the way, not only for being here today, but for being here all throughout the journey to support the team of NDL. That, when we hear just now from Dr. Zaliza that from the 4th of August last year till the 4th of August today, and we have this lab. I think that is really, really amazing. This is really inspiring. And this is an example from the kuliah that we can do something. So thank you so much to Dr. Zaliza teams for making this happen. And of course, at the back there, the strong. So I think everyone aware that today is, one of the best day for KICT. Have this lab being developed, to see it is working, and inshallah it's going to make a difference, to make an impact to the society. I think as I sit down briefly with Tan Sri just now, maybe this is one of the way that for KICT to make a little bit of da'wah. Because sometimes, we have so many friends, not sometimes, I think all the time, among in this kuliah maybe, or outside, or in our family members, they have issues, they have problems. They maybe feel shy to talk about their issues, their mental health, and so on and so forth. So maybe, through this lab, inshallah, if you open it like a clinic or space or a place that they can come, and then, at the same time, actually, we can help them to diagnose what is happening to them, to the brain, because brain signal will not lie, right? Probably this is what I learned from him first time when we're talking about this brain, study of the brain signal. Brain will not lie. This is what I understand. But we have to analyze it properly, of course, from the brain signal. So if we can help, if the kuliah of city through the NDL can help the society, and it's inshallah going to give great impact or good impact to the society. I think this is what we want, because I got a snapshot of Tan Sri's talk. We can have good publication, high impact journal, but if those impact journal doesn't have impact to the society or for the ummah or the community, I think maybe we slightly fail on that matter. So I think this is dissatisfaction, and also I think I have discussion with Dr. Zaliza that hopefully this lab will live for a long time. I was telling Dr. Zaliza maybe this lab should grow with Dr. Zaliza for I don't know, until retirement or post retirement as well. So I said, Dr. Zaliza, sorry about this. Like, you born this, you have to take care of NDL lab until until retirement, or because is a point of da'wah that we are looking at. So inshallah, I think all this, the existence of this lab, and we have this open day today, is a reflection of when we are committed, when we work together, when we get support financially, collaborations. And also, I think in future collaboration, we have Dr. Jamila here. We're seeing, collaboration with RKH, with SASMEC, and any other entity in the universities and outside. I think that's going to make us sustain and grow. So, inshallah, Dr. Zaliza, the journey will not stop here. It's going to be a long, hard, beautiful,
Yes.
inspiring journey, like like you mentioned just now. So inshallah, I think with that, we make dua that whatever that we do is not only for us, it's not only for KICT, it's not only for the university, not only for the ummah, but I think most importantly, the other part that I want to mention, this is our jihad, maybe. This is the way that we do ibadah, inshallah, and these are the things that we're going to take to our grave, inshallah. Because when we leave this world, we only left three things only go with us. I think we know about this. So with that, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to everyone, the team who are working really hard, Prof. Wahab, endlessly. I don't being here and always be here, up and down. I think that's really important. May Allah bless all of us and make this as our ibadah. So, inshallah, this is the good starting point for NDL. So with that, let's just make dua that inshallah, Allah will make this effort to be something that, will inspire us together, and it will help us throughout. So with that, I think, I would like to thanks everyone again, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so very much, Prof. Dr. Murli Mahmood, for your appreciation and well wishes towards NDL and the team. Now, we shall have Prof. Dr. Abdul Wahab with us, who is the advisor of NDL and has been supporting this project with his intellect from the very beginning. His insights will surely be enriching. Let us welcome Prof. Wahab.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, that's the keyword. And that's right. Beyond, Luana, Din, Dr. Zaliza. What I want to talk about is basically what I see the future of our NDL. And this is what I would like to see it happen. I may not be there. But I think the younger ones have come in, and alhamdulillah, I think they are able to pick it up and do it very well. One of the things that I recognize as far as NDL is concerned is that we have always looked at the brain. Since 2009, when I joined IIUM, I have beyond here, we always do the research, and we never do it alone. We collaborate with psychology, Dr. Mariam Adawiya at the time, and Dr. Jamila. We collaborate with a lot of other partners, including some hospitals, and we found that that is the best way to achieve, because what we can do is we can provide tools, that can be used by these people. Example, like when you talk about mental health, this is one of the issues. Our counselors, Saiful. So we work together with them, and in this case here now, they have a better way of measuring, measuring as far as the human is concerned. It's true. When you talk about the brain, even the guy who can cheat cannot cheat the brain. That's something that they cannot do. Not yet, maybe. But when they are a good actor, you remember, Bjorn, you told me about the time these guys have played the piano.
Yes.
Yeah, and then when he is an expert, he dreams about the piano, the brain signal is almost identical. But when this guy is not an expert, he cannot do that. Yeah. So this is where the brain comes in. So the brain tells you the truth. So therefore, what we are doing here is hopefully we can help our counselors, our psychologists, our psychiatrists, and in the end, we do not just go for healthcare. We want to go for wellness. How do we make sure that a lot of people don't need to go for surgery? I'm not talking about having suspect no more surgery, but at least, we are going to be healthy. And this is where we are talking about profiling, how do you analyze data? Because in the end, we are going to store all this data, all this information, and we're going to profile. By profiling, every one of us, know what is going on with our body from top all the way down. I think that's what we wanted to do. And hopefully this can help us, make our living, our life, better in the future, inshallah. That's one of our effort in leading the way towards sustainability, and hopefully it will do something like that. So is there going to be a limit? I don't think so. Just last month, Azra, we met KPJ University, and we had a very good discussion, and they are looking forward, on how we can collaborate and we can help them, And in fact, one of the ideas that we have right now is that we are going to equip maybe our psychologists with the EEG tools, which none here, not many in the international universities have it. Maybe some. I know like in the US, some psychologists, they already have this EEG as tools. But why not? We do it here. And we're the first one to have our psychologists to actually know how to actually read the EEG. I think that would be fantastic. So I think this is where we're working with Dr. Jamila and our counselors. And, we are not going to work alone. I think that's what it is. So my very important take for the whole thing is that we have to collaborate. We have to work together as a team. We don't have a team, everything just falls. I think. Thank you very much, and hope we will go in that particular direction. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Prof. The excitement continues as we have the honor of a speech and the official launching of NDL by Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Dato Zulkifli Abdul Razak, the Rector of IIM. This is an essential moment, so let's give our Honorable Rector a warm welcome to the front.
Thank you very much. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Greeting of peace and a very good morning. Let me first of all welcome our colleagues from the Netherlands, Mr. Bjorn and also Ms. Joanna, for being here, I think, very early in the morning, and also to learn from you that my staff was here 7:45. It's a new news to me. And I hope this will be sustained for a long period of time. Also, Prof. Murni, Dr. Wahab, Dr. Norzaliza, I listened to you and I thought I have nothing else to say because you have said almost everything that needs to be said. Certainly, colleagues who have been here, the students, the staff, have been supporting this for the last 1 year. So today is a special occasion where we celebrate first of all the first anniversary of the NDL, and inshallah trying to bring it to another level of what this is all about. I'm going to talk to you a little bit, particularly to Bjorn and Luana. Why is this university interested in this particular project? And I want you to bring this back to what the university is all about. For your information, this university was established 40 years ago. This year is our 40th anniversary. And the vision of the university is almost a very simple one, is to provide education to people who are not able to provide education. And therefore, the mission of the vision of the university sounds something like for the betterment of human life and civilization. That's a big thing to cover as far as the university is concerned. The university that I'm used to will talk about just their university, their environment. Here we are talking about humanity. Here we are talking about extending to other parts of the world. Although we are called an Islamic university, but the mission does not stop with Muslims and only people who believe in Islam. It goes beyond that. We talk about human life rather than just human being in the context of their religion, their culture, and their creed. We talk about not only human life, we also talk about non-human life. So we talk about rhinos just now, we talk about monkeys, we talk about tigers, and you were talking about some of the species in Europe. Because at the end of the day, this is what the world is all about. I think we have messed up the world in many ways because we do not understanding who we are and what we are all about. And I think the brain is the last frontier that we need to understand before we really understand what human being is all about. We pretend that we understand the brain. I was a neuro student for a while. When we were introduced to the brain at that particular point, maybe 40 years ago, it was likened like a pump. The brain is like a pump, a mechanical pump. You put something in and something out will come out of it, right? And then later on, we try to compare it to something which is like a computer. I remember we calling this the brain as a CPU at that particular time, and we thought only one computer. Yeah. Now we begin to understand it's not just one computer, it's millions of computers being put into our brain. But yet we do not know how to manage it. Like all mechanical stuff, we do not know how to manage it. We will never get an optimum out of it. And I think what you are doing today, Bjorn, and bring it here at a very lay level. I'm not talking about technical jargon that all of us are confused with. If you study the brain, nobody wants to study the brain because it's very confusing to start with. Yeah? But to bring it to the level that we can, quote unquote, demystify what the brain is all about, just like how we demystify the heart. And many years ago, we do not understand the heart. Now we begin to understand the heart with a little bit more of science. Yeah, we can read ECG. At least when we look at the ECG, we know what it's all about, where you have gone wrong. Of course, the EEG is something else. Yeah, but again, the tendency for us to understand what we are all about, using the sciences, using the evidence, and then making decisions on ourselves is something which is very important for the university. In other words, we are not going to depend on other people to decide who we are. We talk about well-being, we talk about wellness. There is something that we need to decide for ourselves, not for Bjorn to decide for me, not for Wahab to decide for me, not for the government to decide for me. I need to decide it for myself. And therefore, learning this is something which is very essential. And the university is very excited to move in this direction. So at the end of the day, at least from this university, we are able to give another set of knowledge, another set of scientific evidence of what we are and why do we exist in this particular environment, in this particular world, in our own context, and how do you put this in a kind of an understanding of how we develop a better world. We talk about peace all the time. We talk about harmony all the time. But yet in our body, we are never harmony. We never experience what harmony is all about. We do not know what peace is all about. And how can you deliver peace when you have not experienced peace? And this is, I think, the challenge of today's education. No point talking about peace when you do not know what peace is all about. Just as I mentioned to my students, yeah, you don't study poverty in a university library under the air-conditioned room and memorize these are the 5 reasons for poverty and never experience poverty. So what the university is doing now, beyond everybody in this university, at least beginning for the last 2 years, will have to work with the community. They don't only work with the community, they now learn how to profile the community. They now learn how to analyze what the community is going through. They now are bringing to also suggest what are the possible solutions to the problems that the university the community is facing. In other words, our contact with the people around us is very, very important, not just the industry, the people that give you employment and jobs, but the people that you live with every day is something that is close to us. Yeah? And therefore, maybe 2 months ago, when we collected all the students who have been into the committee and make presentation, and we are able to present 157 projects that the university themselves have gone through and find out what are the problems of the university and how they, quote unquote, will solve it. And I think this gives them a real feeling of what knowledge is all about, what education is all about, what is the relevance of them sitting in this university and making knowledge useful to other people who have not the benefit of doing this. And I'm hoping, and maybe in a couple of years' time, that neuro coach will be one of those dimensions that we can talk to as far as the community is concerned and how to actually bring this subject matter into the discussion, which I thought it is also relevant and timely. So that's one of the reasons why we think there is an important for it to go into. And I'm very excited to know that everybody is sort of, committed to this. And I also would want to thank again Bjorn and Luana for taking the risk. Working with a third world country, sometimes there's a lot of risk to take the risk, and we are able to demonstrate that we are, inshallah, very committed to this because there is a way forward. If we don't have this, I think we will remain the way we are. Europe world moves, and we are now trying to grapple and find out how is it that we can match the other part of the world when we do not have the substance, also the basic of this. That's one of the reasons. The other reasons, of course, as mentioned by Murni, we want to make sure that not only this is something that is relevant to the community, we also want to make sure that it is relevant to our hospital in Sasmek, which is in Kuantan, which I thought is responsible for the next level. When you talk about therapy and so on and so forth, when it's so technical and sometimes it is so professional that you need certain qualification to understand this, I think that will be the next step. How do you move from this level to the technical level? And we are also hoping that this collaboration between you and us will train a number of professionals, will also make sure that they are good doctors and physicians at the same time to treat other people as far as mental health is concerned. Mental health, I think, is a big problem, and it has a lot of stigma, at least in this particular part of the world, that you find that people who have got mental health are normally being stigmatized and pushed away because they are not seen as quote unquote the normal person, as it were. Yet, I think most of us do experience mental health one way or another. Now, just like now, if you have heart, what you call a blood pressure problem, you know what is it to read and what is it to do. Now, for mental health, we need to arrive at that particular state. And this is where I think technology becomes important. The university has been trying, quote unquote, to develop a kind of alert system that people who feel suppressed or depressed and stuff like that will be able to tell us that they are not feeling well, just though they're having a fever, and then we can then direct them to the right sources of the right information, maybe including NeuroCoach, so that we can get through this as quickly as possible, because the numbers, I think, are mounting from day to day. So unless and until we prepare ourselves to deal with the new pandemic, I call it, which is mental health, and particularly for the youngsters. When education now, I think we mentioned this beyond that, they are so much influenced by technology, and our rhythm is dictated by technology. And yet we are not that quote unquote digital natives, as they call us. We cannot function like a robot. We cannot function like a machine. We need to sleep. We need to eat whatever food, European or Malaysian, doesn't really matter. But we need to have a human life. Now that human life is taken out of our living because of technology. Now yes, ChatGPT and all those things. I cannot fathom also, being the old generation, how life is being dictated by these machines. At the end of the day, I think we will lose our humanity, and when we lose our humanity, I don't know what else. People are already talking about transhuman in the year 2050. Where the combination of man and technology will live together. And how does this transhumans look like? We do not know. And whether it becomes a benefit to the society or not, yet we don't know. But these are the real, that these, I think, particular dimension we will help to understand and prepare ourselves for the future. And hopefully the future will be a glorious one, a better one than we have experienced in the many years to come. So on that note, I would like once again to thank all of you for your participation, for your commitment, for your dedication, and certainly the partnership that is brought from all the way from Europe. And Europe, I think, is also talking about well-being as a main crowd as far as education is concerned. So we need to go and work to this together and understand where we're coming from, make sure that we can live together in one peaceful global population that will sustain itself for long years to come. So let's thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving this opportunity. Thank all of you for making this happen. And hopefully this team will continue from time to time. Hopefully our mental health also will be sustained over a period of time. So thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you. So
Thank you so very much, Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Dato Zulkifli Abdul Razak, for helping us envision our future and our duties and responsibilities as members of IIM. Thank you so very much. We shall now proceed towards the launching, the official launching of NeuroCoach Digital Lab. I would ask my team to set up the stage for us.
Full technology.
Right, thank you so very much, Ayn. Before that, we're going to have some videos played on the screen. All right, okay, so let's have a look.
The questions.
At this moment, I would like to ask Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Dato Zulkifli Abdul Razak and Mr. Biran Kurz to come and join us at the front. I would also like to ask Prof. Muni, Prof. Muni to come at front, Prof. Wahab, Dr. Dhanijan, Roman Agamarshlag.
Okay, we'll do this together. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sure. Oh, the technology. Very challenge.
So we will capture the precious moment with photo session. Smile for the camera.
One, two, one more. One, two. Okay, thank you. There. Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Now refreshment is served at the back room. Oh, okay. So the refreshment will be served in the back room, but before that, all of us are going to have some pictures. So yet again, don't forget to smile for the camera. And thank you so very much for attending this launching ceremony of NeuroCoach Digital Lab.